Alrighty guys, well the final story for HITSUGAYA is officially out, and I believe it should be the Aizen fight. But just to give you guys an update on where I'm at right now, I've managed to push the man all the way to 40,000. That being said, I do want to quickly check something. Whereabouts are we on the ranking board? Because I went all in on HITSUGAYA. Okay. Damn, 55k. Okay, yeah, homie's got dupes on him now. Homie's got dupes on him for sure. But yeah, I've done up HITSUGAYA as much as possible. And obviously in terms of between where he is, because of course, you know, with me building him up and looking at his stats and whatnot, I did trying to get as close as possible to Ichigo, because of course Ichigo does have, well, he's got dupes into him. You know, my man is, I mean, there's still other things that I could do to level him up, but Ichigo has that advantage play where I've put a little bit more investment into him by pulling him a few more times. Now, the thing about HITSUGAYA which I'm looking at is that it's kind of annoying building him, because one of the key things about this man is crits. And unfortunately, crit stats are very hard to come by, especially in order to make it a main stat. And so he's pretty annoying. He's pretty annoying to build. But for the most part, he's doing decently well. Would I say, is he doing better than what Ichigo does in terms of the numbers that he's producing? Hard to say. Well, not right now with my HITSUGAYA comparing it to Ichigo, because I don't have the dupes. Because in terms of the dupe situation, I would say minimum the second dupe might be, well, no, the second dupe will be needed, because this is what allows you to get the critical rate increase, and you can stack that by 2, so by 16%, just by activating the skills. So that this alone pushes a hell of a lot for HITSUGAYA to do more damage, and then his kit being fully maxed out is pretty disgusting in terms of what was it? I think all of his skills get an increase of 130, and then once he's in the final duping phase, that's when he gets a instant bunkai, and then you get a critical increase on your ultimate. And that's exactly what you want, by the way. This is the one thing which I've seen within this game, is that whenever we're going against harder difficulty content, the ultimate bunkai really does take a chunk out of the health's, the boss's health. Regardless of the most difficult boss that there is within this game so far in the beta that I've experienced, I always rely on Ichigo to do his ultimate, and it pretty much makes it so that the enemy's got like a 5-bar health left. And so with HITSUGAYA, it's kind of in that same boat, and that's kind of what we want to favor for, and so that's where his final dupe will come into play. But outside of that, I would say minimum 2 dupes. So in terms of the full release, I'm going to shoot for at least getting this particular dupe, because it is highly essential. But before we do all of that, let's head over to the event and let's go check out the final boss fight between him and Aizen. I believe this is the fight. Can I take my own HITSUGAYA? No, I can't. Okay, well, it is what it is. Alright, make sure the volume is on. Beautiful. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. What's being cooked up, and then this will actually give us access to use Momo on the event boss fight, so that's actually going to be pretty handy, giving us that extra point. Not that I'm going to use Momo outside of Wadahara, there we go, but it is an option. Alright, let's just kind of skip all of that. Alright, here we go. Damn, alright, not too shabby. Alright, well, nope, okay, well, I thought I could, okay, well, we dodged that quite nicely. Okay, I'm hoping, I don't know why, but I've got sneaky feelings that it might be quick happen. Not that I've actually seen it. Oh god, okay, well, my dodging mechanic does not help me there. Now the thing about the Aizen boss fight that I've noticed is that my guy just stands there. Look, is that normal? Oh god. Nope, there we go. I always get hit by the second one. I mean, sorry, the first hit. But yeah, the Aizen boss fight, he just stands there and he's just like, okay, you guys get some free hits on me. Bruh. I mean, then again, if there is 2 phases, the second phase he does kind of turn it up a little bit. I will give him that, but yeah, within the first phase, or just right now, as you guys have seen, he's very relaxed and very calm. I mean, the demeanor is kind of spot on to what he should be doing. I'll give him that. So, but for this game, it's kind of like awkward. Like, is it, you know, we're kind of beating his ass, and it's just like, all right, you know, get a purple fight. Ah, fair enough. But this is one of the big sell factor of HITSUGAYA right now. We can just really pile us on. That's why I said if I did have his 4th dupe, I think, all of these attacks will be getting an extra 130% increase. So that is also a big chase. And then we're going to ult here. Bam. Yeah. There we go. Oh, there it is. There's that cutscene. Beautiful as ever. But yeah, the one thing which I will say is that HITSUGAYA does recharge his ultimate fairly quickly. So that final dupe of his, where you get the Bunkai immediately. Keep in mind with all the other buffs that we're getting, essentially it's giving you an immediate nuke at the very beginning, which is pretty vital, especially if you're doing a fight where you're on a timer. For example, the event fight right now. If you have a maxed out HITSUGAYA, you can pretty much get the #1 spot with all the debuffs. Sorry, all the buffs. Well, yeah, all the buffs towards the enemy, and yeah, just get the #1 spot. Black blood. Never seen that before. God damn it, TN! This is why when global releases, it's gonna be just right. Alright, not too shabby, and I believe, ladies and gentlemen, to be fair, this kind of falls in line if they want to drop the Aizen event, if I'm being real. It kind of fits if they did Aizen straight after. In a way. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it, right? Alright, so decided to quickly fight this Aizen. I mean, you guys will kind of see the the thing that I've been saying in terms of him just kind of standing there. Oh, can I block that? Thank you very much. Beautiful. So yeah, if I did have him maxed out, again, we'll be having the ultimate practically already. That then sets up Urahara quite nicely, because thankfully Urahara as a support does get his ultimate fairly quickly. So we can actually benefit from the crits, because obviously that's exactly what we need. So I'm actually going to see if I can prepare Urahara. Oh yeah, there we go. I mean, it just charges up so nicely too, and obviously we can connect the branch attacks, maximize the... nope, let's not get hit by that. Drop that. So obviously we just want to maximize everything that we can get. Oh, I don't know where... Is this going to hit? I don't know where he's gone. I don't know where he's gone. Okay, can you just stand still? Appreciate you. And so this is one of the big reasons why I'm just like, maybe that 5th dupe might be highly essential. But again, that crit is what we need, because I'm hoping that this is something that changes in the main game. Oh god. And that is a main stat. Oh god, I'm going to get hit by that. There's nothing I can do about that. God damn it. Let me freeze you. I don't know if this is going to hit as hard as as much as I would like it to. Let's have a look. Bop. Okay, yeah. I managed to do a 1.2 mil with HITSUGAYA's ultimate there, so that's unfortunate. I mean, the setup wasn't quite there, unfortunately, but yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah. So obviously with Urahara's build up, we can quite easily get that crit increase. But as I was, yeah. Oh no, that was it. His crit build, because again, that's something that you want to make sure. Thankfully, right now I got lucky and I managed to get a gear set or engraving set that did level up and give him some extra crits, so that's a W. But having it as a main stat, it's yet to be added, because I've done so much farming and I have yet to see any critical hit rate main stat. So that's something that I'm hoping gets added, because trying to gear this man up and perfect him in the right build, we're using the right stats, it's super annoying trying to perfect it through a substat way, because the farm is just too brutal and I just can't be arsed. So that's my only pet peeve right now, but for the most part I think with HITSUGAYA and what we're looking at, his base form looks pretty promising. Obviously having him just initially is very solid to have for the blue tag thing. If you really do want to maximize this man, I would say minimum having 2 dupes in him will be hugely beneficial, purely because of the whole crits. Again, you can stack that twice, that would be hugely beneficial. If you have substats to cater to that also in terms of critical wise, then you'll make the most of this unit. And again, if you really want to make him even more of a monster, to those that really want to cater to him, having his full kit will pretty much provide you with exactly of a DPS character and what you want, and a character that is also going to be very vital for timed fights, because again, you're getting an increase in his damage by over 100%. You're having the ultimate ready at the very beginning. Urahara can provide you with this critical hit rate and critical hit damage increase because of how quickly you can charge his ultimate, so you can add that bonus on, of course, because that combination is going to be a favorable one. And then that leads into Urahara being able to utilize his ultimate pretty much at the very beginning of the fight itself, so that way you can lead into, probably if he did a 2-minute fight, get his ultimate once again twice before the fight ending, unless there's other things involved where the timer itself is just going to run around while, I don't know, let's say in the event fight right now, if my man is doing a bankai and the time is still going. That would be super annoying. That is exactly what happens though. So in those situations, it could catch you off guard. But that's pretty much what we're looking at in terms of HITSUGAYA. So 2 dupes bare minimum. Maxing him out is going to make him an extremely beastly type DPS character for the blue typing. But his damage output, without it being a high investment, with a low to mid investment, Ichigo outbeats.